Ponemos la primera velocidad. Pisamos el acelerador. Y comienza el programa.
Welcome back to Garage Latino. Hoy, again, I got my friend David Loji from Mexico, and we're talking about what? Something that made the news, finally made it into production. What? The Monster. 1,000 horsepower plus, unbelievable capabilities on track, off track. David, now it's finally true. Now we got the Hummer in production.
Yes, that's very interesting. That's very good news because it's been about 2 years since this we laid eyes on this electric Hummer for the first time, and I think it's really important to have this vehicle in production because most people, when you say electric vehicle, they usually think of a dust buster or a vacuum cleaner, but this Hummer has a lot of personality. So I think it's very important to have in production because this shows that an electric vehicle can have a lot of personality and be very fun.
Now it's huge. I mean, I've been in this vehicle, and the size really is intimidating. I mean, it is quite a machine, and it's very, very powerful. I don't. What are you going to do with so much power? Does GM really need it to have this GMC being such a monster, EV?
Well, Ricardo, remember the reasoning is not that you would, but you could. And also, one of the a further reasoning that I can remind you of, if you got it flaunted, and dude. Besides, that it's for America. It's by Americans for Americans. So I think that people are going to love it. It is so huge.
The bigger is better syndrome, I guess.
Yeah, size does matter, but the thing is that this vehicle is so large and heavy that I think that you would be verging on the need of having a special driver's permit. I don't know if a semi truck driving permit or a license, but as you can see, it's got a lot of personality because some people, there have been so many people in certain states that are cold rolling Teslas because they may think that their huge heavy duty trucks make a Tesla look wimpy. I would dare any of those drivers of heavy duty trucks to try to cold roll this one because this does not look wimpy at all.
No, and it's very, very powerful. Now, definitely, this is becoming, is the halo of the company, right? I mean, if you want to show your capabilities, nothing better for a pickup truck maker than have a monster pickup truck out in the market. These things are very pricey. I mean, I still don't know what the final what people are really paying in this crazy world, but we know it's north of $120,000.
Yes. The markup, of course, but the thing is that it's going to be starting at the 112,595, and then from then there's going to be a schedule or a staggered introduction program, and the base version is going to cost about $80,000, and it's going to be available in the spring of 2024. But the one thing that I'm so relieved about this Hummer is that it's got all the visual cues that you associate with a Hummer. But the thing is this that it's the second coming of Hummer, but redeemed.
Yeah,
Because
talking about special features, it's interesting because there's a lot of little details throughout the interior of the vehicle that give you these clues. I mean, you have the American flag in certain areas, then you have the surface of the moon, in the carpets. I mean,
wow.
They put a lot of thought into the little details to make sure that this was significant. And I don't know. I like the look. It's so impressive when you stand next to it. It's definitely something else, and and
Oh,
even
look,
drive
it's doing the
sideways.
crab walk, right?
Yeah,
It's doing the crab
with
walk.
the crowd that you can drive almost sideways, that gives them, something extra when you're really taking it off road. Now, what do you know about the consumption of batteries here? What's the range? Do you know?
Oh yes. Wait a second. It's got 329-mile range, but it's got a whopper 200 kilowatt hour battery. This is just to put it in perspective. That is about twice as large as the largest available in the Tesla Model S.
Right.
So this is and
Now, being
the most affordable one, the basic version that is going to be costing $80,000. It has less range. It's got a range of 250 miles, but this truck is huge. I think that
now,
if every anybody tries to call roll this thing, you can run over that idiot in the whatever heavy duty truck they got. So nobody's going to mess with this monster.
Now, I will imagine that some of these things are going to be transferred for the GMC Sierra, and I
Of
expect
course,
an announcement of an electric Sierra at any minute. Since now the Silverado already announced, Chevrolet announced
of
their
course.
their Chevy truck, electric truck coming up, and so I assume some of this technology is going to transfer to these vehicles. But definitely, I'm very curious now that they're finally into production. When we start seeing these things on the street, they're going to be quite amazing. And I can't wait to go to SEMA to see some of these things modified.
Oh yes, the market is going to be there. But one thing is that I really like about this one is that it seems to be tastefully designed, which is not something that can be said about the Cybertruck. Of course, the Cybertruck has a lot of fans, but this looks tastefully done rather than weird. And the torque, oh my god, the torque in this thing is just crazy. Can you mention the torque, Ricardo?
Of course, you can. We're talking about over 1,000 foot-pound of torque. You're talking the same torque as a semi truck.
Well, as a matter of fact, the most powerful one. It's got 1,000 horsepower, but torque it's a crazy 11,500 pound foot. So
Uh,
it's pretty amazing. Eleven
so you
thousand
pretty
five
much
hundred.
you can literally move your house, huh? If
Of
you
course, this is going to be a wonderful truck for removing or unrooting, stumps.
No,
You know,
I think more than that. I think, but with all this power, though, these things have to consume a lot of energy, and
of course.
I guess we're not thinking about it. If this is, I think this is a technology showcase piece more than anything else. I'm not sure the practicality of such a monster vehicle, but it sure looks cool.
Well, like I said, by Americans for Americans. I think that it's going to be. I think that the GM is going to be selling every truck that they can make. So I think it's going to be a huge hit. Of course, is going to be for very well heeled customers because it ain't cheap.
Yeah.
$80,000 base price ain't cheap. So
Now, the other electric truck that everyone is talking about is the Rivian, and when you put a Rivian next to this, I mean, the Rivian looks so small, really,
yes.
really tiny. Um, and I'm just like, it's interesting, such a different take. Time will tell. I think this is going to be something very special. And now we know that electric trucks are coming. Ford already announced they're not taking any more orders. Pretty
For the
much
Lightning,
sold
yes.
out, for the next year. And I would imagine that Chevrolet is going to be pretty much the same thing. I think pretty soon they will be announcing, hey, we can't accept any more.
Well, Ford announced that they have something like 200,000 reservations, but that does seem like a huge hit. But to put things into perspective, the Cybertruck, the controversial Cybertruck, has got 1,200,000 reservations. So selling the
Well,
six
that's
times
the
as
part
much.
that I don't understand, David. I mean, what's going on with this, with the Tesla truck or semi and all that? I mean, there's a lot of talk, but I just don't see it. And I don't know. It's a crazy world today. When quality doesn't seem to matter anymore, I think there's something wrong. And
Wait,
when you
wait,
talk
wait,
about
wait, wait,
truck,
wait, 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 wait,
when you
wait,
talk about
wait,
truck,
wait, 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 wait.
a truck
Are you
is used in
trying
a
to
very different manner.
say, Ricardo? I think that the word that you're trying not to say, but you're informing, is vaporware. So
Yes,
the Cybertruck to use vaporware, huh?
I think so. I just don't see. I mean,
Tenemos la
developing
primera velocidad.
developing a full truck, especially a commercial truck, that is going to where payload is very very important.
Well,
Uh,
but they are building this huge truck plant in Austin. Well, it's not just a truck plant, but they're building this huge thing in Austin. So
I know that they just got another order for the Cybertruck for the commercial vehicle. I know that they just got another order, but I don't know. Until I see it, I can't really believe it. I've been in the industry for 40 years, and I know how difficult it is for a truck to be tough. And I, for what I've seen in Tesla procedures, in terms of quality, I just don't see how they're going to be carrying 100,000 pounds.
no, and quite frankly, they are falling behind in the production plan for the Cybertruck, the Roadster, and the Semi.
Yeah. David Loji, Autos and Gear. You can find David in YouTube. Pretty easy. You go to YouTube, put his name, David Loji, Loji, and
LOJI, of course.
and check his videos. Always some good advice and finding some new things. And you can tell your friends. You can download Garage Latino through the Believe Network, Spotify, Amazon Music, and whatever else you want. Don't go away. We'll be right back as soon as I find the right button here.
Duraloop es un tratamiento especial para que el aceite no pierda sus propiedades. Duraloop reduce la sedimentación de las partículas nocivas que dañan al motor. Duraloop disminuye la temperatura interna del motor y la fricción de los metales. Duraloop, para que el motor dure más.
Gracias por participar con nosotros. Garage Latino sale al aire por la cadena nacional Believe Network.